Hey, what's up, everyone? Dragon back again with another edition of the Kaiju commentary. On this one, we are watching The X from Outer Space from 1967. Now, when you see the Janus Films logo appear on your screen, that is your cue to start listening to us. However, if you are not watching the Janus Films release of this movie, start the commentary 9 seconds before you see the Shochiku logo appear on your screen, and it'll get you synced up with where we're at. So, depending on which version you have, it'll determine kind of when you need to start playing it. So like I said, if you're not watching the Janus Films release of this movie, start the commentary track 9 seconds before the Shochiku one shows up, and you'll be synced up perfectly with us. So anyway, we're going to kick things off in 3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Kaiju commentary. Today we are watching 1967's The X from Outer Space. And joining us again is Chris.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Chris. I had you in mind for this one, so I figured your unique brand of wit and off-brand comedy would have led itself well to this one.
The kind of jokes that only I understand.
This jam. That Pegasus.
I'm excited. You've told me a number of times that this is going to be a crazy, crazy ride, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, that's definitely one way of putting it. Yeah, this is one of the non-Toho kaiju films from kind of what a lot of people call the golden age of kaiju film, which is kind of like the 60s, kind of up through early 70s, where everybody and anyone was getting in on the game. So you had like kind of your big, super duper big budget productions from Toho. You know, kind of the big A, and then kind of everybody else trying to do their own thing. This being one of them, and some of them were of varying degree. This one is just probably one of the weirdest ones I think I've ever seen.
Okay. I have no idea what to expect.
Maybe you're picking up on this by this really.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that's seeing this one for the first time.
I know I'm the only one who knows what's in store for you two, and I'm loving that fact.
Way more exciting.
Oh, look at that toy helicopter.
What? Actually, that's a real helicopter.
It reminds me of the Batcopter from the 60s Batman. That's what it made me think of.
Really.
Just sharing that with
you. You getting some Batman, some Adam West Batman?
Yeah.
From this?
Yeah.
Some Holy Bird droppings Batman?
The shark was pulling my leg. The Joker.
Look how efficient these guys are. Look at them.
Basically looks like a toy helicopter. That thing is tiny.
Like zero swagger.
It looks heavy.
How did that man fit in that helicopter?
He really failed closing that door.
Where's this box from?
Oh.
Who do you work for?
Mark.
Kind of looks like a short-haired David Xanatos.
Oh, okay. It's nuclear fuel, everyone. Oh! They almost dropped it.
Isn't there a better way to transport it than in a fucking truck then?
There's some cheap-ass, hatchback truck.
Oh
yeah.
God.
Listen, we've had some budget cuts recently.
They were told not to jostle it. I believe they are jostling.
And yes, all the white actors you will see in this film are dubbed in Japanese.
Good.
Good, excellent. I was worried there for a moment.
Finally, we're gonna land on Mars.
About damn time. So I like how kind of serious this movie starts.
That's great. So you're gonna send me to Mars, and you've failed every other time. You don't know why?
Look at this intense, kind of slow, pan around him.
Too.
That's just like.
They should have done subtext in the subtitles of his thoughts at that moment.
Contemplating his place in the universe.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what Prometheus was about.
Yeah.
What did I watch?
That black goo.
What is it?
Come from? What is its purpose?
As you guys will
Why am
probably
I
die
here?
too. Oh, drifting through space forever. Great. Glad to know what we have in store for us.
They're the Fantastic Four.
Oh my god, I never made that connection. It kind of does feel like the Fantastic Four. She kind of has a Susan Storm thing going on too.
Mm-hmm. That's obviously Mr. Fantastic.
A space biologist. Wouldn't that really just be a biologist? Because
Okay, her lips have definitely been injected with something. They're huge.
they're wondrous. Clearly we know she got the job.
There's Human Torch. The Thing.
There we go.
Here we go. Your team right here.
It really fits. It's like, yeah, that's the Thing.
Yep. He's gonna get all sad and self-deprecating when he
just
gets
said,
like
it's clobbering time.
the bud's gonna be a little cheap. So he's gonna get like a scab on his elbow, and that's gonna be the extent of his.
Yeah, for the listeners, I held my hand up in the OK symbol and said it's clobbering time.
Yes. So
just like the Thing would, in the comics.
In case you guys were worried it wasn't authentic.
Yeah.
His comment.
I know what I'm talking about.
You're a professional.
That's why we bring you on these, Chris. It's like sometimes I see some of these movies and I'm like, listen, this one is of a particular brand of high caliber entertainment. One that the both of us alone, clearly are not up to the task of effectively commentating on. And so... This is it.
Oh.
But of course he grabs her.
I was gonna say, why are you grabbing me?
I don't know why he grabbed her on the shoulder.
Like when he walked away, he looked like he had wanted no part of that. Like he just got to look at his face like, fuck my life.
This, like, sexy jazz or whatever.
I know. Well, see, this is going to be kind of the reoccurring theme of this. But this whole movie is sexy as hell.
What was that? The Thing holds out his fist and she just shakes it and walks away.
Why you,
Yeah, they're going to, like, freaking mad hit on her, too, this whole time. Look at this.
Okay, I am only going to refer to these characters as their Fantastic Four counterparts.
Now, when I first saw this, I love how unapologetically the 60s this movie is. It's so just like, let's go have a groovy time in space.
So is her belt a different color so we don't forget which one's the woman?
I was thinking that too.
Nowadays, she would be
my
the
God.
hard-nosed woman who's had to, climb over adversity to work hard, and she doesn't take up shit from anyone. But in the 60s, she's really just like
Her lips
a
are
go-go
everywhere.
dancer in a space, basically.
The good old days.
The good old days, and she's going to be on that spaceship giving all the guys blue balls. It's like, the 60s. Never again will
Even
there
in
be such
space, she's a tease.
No, one of the reasons I love this movie, it's so, as you guys will see, or if you guys have already seen this movie, you'll know, it's kind of so all over the place. It's kind of the extreme of everything. Like, whenever something happens on screen, it's taken to the extreme. So it's, again, it really is like a snapshot to the, the decade in which it was made. I mean, some of the Godzilla, actually a lot of the Godzilla films, in a lot of ways, feel very progressive because there's certain things in them that kind of hold up really well. Again, you see like female characters being kind of a lot more assertive than I think you normally would, and then you see characters like this, which are basically just meant to be like the hot blonde.
Mm-hmm. They're readying for launch. This could be humanity's first successful trip to Mars.
I wonder if they're going to go on standby.
Or they'll die, like the rest.
And drift in space forever.
This just turns to Aliens, but like the sexy 60s version. The tension. The jawline. The chewing. The meter.
I was gonna say, that beeping.
That thing.
That thing is essential.
His tie.
Don't disparage that thing.
Don't disparage that thing. Look at him. God. Oh. yes. Just like it caught on fire.
Is it gonna go? Okay, it's going.
Oh, there we go.
We have liftoff.
Well, it didn't immediately explode, so that's a good sign.
And that was the
Now,
equivalent
if I'm
of
understanding correctly, they're using like nuclear power for this.
I believe so, yes.
Nuclear fuel.
I like their
Is that
little
their
roadmap.
Is that their route?
Their space roadmap.
Seems a really roundabout way to get from one way to the other. Do a couple loop-de-loops and, a few U-turns in space.
Well, they got to use the gravitational pull of the orbits to
Oh, that's right.
to conserve the fuel.
It's a good idea.
Well, that's interesting. Is that our ship?
Yep. Now, because this is space, would we have a propulsion of fire that long behind the ship? Because in theory, once it reaches past the outer edge,
I don't know if this movie is really concerned with that sort of thing. But
I don't know. I feel like this would be the one that would be.
Lisa, the clipboard's not that important.
I know.
Problem solved.
There we go. We just have a gravity switch that indicates our budget.
It's such an odd shape.
Well, in theory, in space, it really doesn't matter what shape anything is. Am I
I
right?
guess, but
I guess when you would re-enter like an
Yeah.
orbit, but
the music.
I know. I love it. It's just so sexy and happy, and it's like,
Okay,
hey,
for a second, like her belt, the middle of it, it's kind of skin toned. I thought she was wearing like a belly shirt, and I was like, "Are you serious?"
the good old days before sexually transmitted diseases were invented.
Oh my god.
Whoever made those, what an asshole.
Yeah, when was that? Like 67?
They brought it back from space.
We're almost there.
They already went around the Earth and wow, making good time. I thought that said Batman at first. I'm like, what?
How long does a trip to Mars would it take us today? Isn't it like just shy of 2 years?
I was gonna say,
I
it's a couple
believe
years.
so.
Isn't it like 18 months? Okay.
But it was a lot faster in the 60s.
Yeah, that's
I mean, you could definitely get there a lot quicker then.
now okay. When does this movie take place? Like, what year is it in this movie?
Let me double check on that, actually. It has been a minute since I have seen this movie. It's not one of the ones I watch too often.
Oh my gosh, they haven't been exposed to cosmic rays. They're definitely the Fantastic Four.
As far as I know, it's supposed to take place in the 60s. I'm trying to fact check myself right now. Sorry, y'all. Sorry I just said y'all, by the way. Holy shit.
I forgive you.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I don't.
I'm slightly, because you said y'all, I'm slightly more sure you're a racist.
Yeah, it doesn't really specify. I mean, it is weird because, again, you can make the argument that it's... I think it's kind of alluding, though, that it is some point in the future because they're going to have, like, moon bases and things like that, which in the 60s we did not have, or unless it's supposed to be kind of, like,
Yeah.
alternate 60s, but it doesn't really specify.
So it probably takes place in the year 2000.
Naturally. That's when all the cool space shit happened.
Yeah.
1997 was when all the dystopia shit happened.
Okay.
As most movies show. It's when Predator tried to kill Danny Glover. It's when,
Hey,
New
there's
York
also
became a
Y2K.
prison. Yeah, well, it's 2000.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying.
I'm ready for New York to become a prison. I think as a society we're there. We could do it. We just all got,
Making popcorn.
Yeah.
Space popcorn.
Oh, that's cool. Increased radioactivity. Really, up until this point, I'd be if you told me this is a Fantastic Four movie, I'd be completely convinced.
When did the Fantastic Four start? They would have been around by this point, right? 1967?
I'm pretty sure. I'm not really
I was
that
gonna say.
familiar with Marvel.
Actually, I'm
Nice.
pretty sure Fantastic Four was one of Stanley's first...
Yeah.
And again, it was not uncommon for like a lot of Japanese productions to be influenced by popular things in the West. I mean, you'll see some secret agent stuff in some of the later Godzilla films, because when the 007 movies were starting to get really popular, they would try to incorporate, basically just take kind of the theme of other movies.
First appearance was 1961.
Okay, so yeah, they would have been around. I mean, I don't know if that's what it is, but it's like you said, there are some uncanny similarities here.
Ooh. A UFO.
Space bogey.
They are currently observing a flying saucer approaching them.
Shut up.
But the thing is not wavered.
Ben Grimm is not impressed.
Yeah. He just quickly pointed out it looks like a oatmeal cookie. Is that what he said?
I think it's an omelet.
Yeah.
Omelet. Yeah.
Clearly an omelet. Don't be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oatmeal cookie. Jesus Christ.
I just have oatmeal cookies on the mind.
Wow, Chris, if you're not going to take this seriously, we should maybe just wrap this up right now.
Pay attention.
It does look like an omelet.
It actually looks like a three-way. From Skyline.
What?
From Skyline.
Oh.
That's not the three ways we were
Oh, I was
thinking
like,
about.
I don't think you know what sex is, Chris.
If you guys
gonna
knew the
put that out there.
conversations we were having before we started recording, you'd understand why our minds went to
So
place.
what do you think sexual intercourse looks like, Chris?
Maybe Susan will show us.
You know the game Cornhole?
Oh my god.
Now we got some tension as things in space are starting to go awry. By the way, I love how, despite wearing a big, bulky, like astronaut helmet kind of thing, her hair still looks fabulous.
I know.
Kind of figures she could just drop her head and charge for like a Pachycephalosaurus and just put a hole in the hull. Just...
Yeah. I honestly can't remember which one I said was Mr. Fantastic and the Human Torch.
This is gonna be a fun one, folks.
They decided to chase it,
They're playing hard to get. Yeah, it's being coy. They're having a little fun with it.
but now they've gone off their path.
I know.
They should have stuck to the plan.
They really should have.
Now they're going to be another one of those groups to die out there.
Or get superpowers.
Yeah, or get superpowers.
That's usually how these things go.
Okay, so you're out there. You have to choose between landing on Mars or getting superpowers. You don't know what the superpower is going to be. Which one would you?
But it will be super in some way. Like it will benefit me in some capacity.
Yeah.
It won't be.
Yeah, we'll say and for it to be a superpower.
I guess like the thing you could argue the way he looks is is bad, but at the same time he's super strong. So it's kind of like you don't mind the way you look.
And he's always rock hard.
Whoa!
Wow.
Yeah, there's low hanging fruit there.
I'd probably go with the superpowers honestly, because you can always go back to Mars, right?
I mean, with superpowers,
it's not going anywhere, right?
Like the superpowers will get me to Mars. So
it's like superpowers are kind of maybe it's like a blue light special kind of thing, where it's like act now, while supplies last. For Mars, it's been there.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going to our moon base, which, by the way, I am really pissed off we don't have a moon base right now. And after I saw this movie, I got irate that we didn't have a moon base, because if this is what the moon base is going to be like when you see it, it's like just go-go boots and top shelf liquor. Holy shit.
Wow, I wish we had a moon base.
I'm
pretty sure we do have a moon base, and it's probably exactly like this.
And that's why no one...
They just won't tell us.
No squares allowed kind of thing.
You're cleared to land.
Yeah, you are.
So was landing on the moon base part of the original plan?
I think it's kind of one of... But so yeah, it's kind of like the stopgap.
Okay. Is there more than one moon base?
I'm not sure, but Homegirl just gave him some sass.
Okay, the guy on the left, that's Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
His intense brows give it away.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
I want a desk like that.
Me too.
That's amazing.
Sassy.
I don't really understand the point because she stays facing the same way. The desk just spins with her.
I do like the idea, though, because if you think about it, if we had a moon base, that would be, hey, it's Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
No, that was just a black guy, y'all.
Much love to Neil deGrasse, all right? I'm not hating at all whatsoever. I would actually love to hear his opinion on this whole movie. He would have just had a nervous breakdown, like, before the opening credits were over, just how much things are wrong already.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to sum up the scientific
He'd just be
inaccuracies
like-
in the tweets. He'd have to
He'd be just
link you to his blog.
He's just screaming everything all caps. But that'd be the thing too, because if we had a moon base, realistically speaking, that's probably where we would launch our more long range. Like if we were ever go to Mars, when we finally do, if we had a moon base, we'd probably just take a basic rocket up to the moon and have like the more long range ships there. Because think about it, that's going to be less fuel you have to use.
Well, I think that kind of is a plan, getting over time
Yeah.
materials there. But
I think
actually,
it's-
I don't know because they seem like when are they wanting to go to Mars? Like 2022 or something, or 20?
Yeah. Again, I think eventually they should put something on the moon as like a stopgap, because again, it would just make it a lot easier.
Well, right. But I mean, I find it hard to believe that we're gonna have a fully functioning base up there.
Yeah, I don't think
In the
it's gonna be.
We'd have to probably in the next like 5 years have to have the base. Less than that because
Yeah, with the way things are going right
when
now.
are they trying to go to Mars?
Do we even have a space program still?
Early 2017. I don't really think if you guys are familiar with this point in history, depending on when you're listening to this.
We may all be dead.
Don't jinx us.
That would only make it funnier.
Okay. So look how happy everyone is. Uh-oh, here we go. That was a weak-ass battle, Lisa. Come on.
Hey, she doesn't respect her, clearly.
So look how happy. Hey, welcome to the moon, y'all.
Yeah.
Let's get to it.
That's gotta be like the coolest job ever. Moon-based secretary. I would do that.
I know,
Easiest
right?
job ever.
Say easiest job ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, no one ever comes here. I don't have to do anything.
And you get a spinning desk.
Yeah, most of the time they don't even make it. Most of the time they just die on the way.
I
So-
know, right? We have to, like, breed our staff up here just because
Yeah.
they can't risk bringing them up.
The space omelet kills them. I looked it up. Apparently we're shooting for 2030s Mars.
Okay. So let's just go ahead and say maybe 2030s for this. So look at that. Just come here and just hang out, smoke cigarettes, and just eat salad.
Oh, you can smoke on the moon?
Hell yeah, you can smoke on the moon.
Man.
Because it's the moon, it's probably not even tobacco.
Right.
Oh my god.
They're smoking their meal. It's just like...
That's
That'd be great. You get to the moon, they just give you a plate of, like, cigarettes, but it's like... One of them's, like, your protein and all your all your vitamins.
it's those Vape Nation on the moon.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you could always make the argument, too, like, because everything's so cool and chill on the moon, it shows you kind of how established this space program is, where it's beyond the point where if you look like the International Space Station now, it's basically just a hall with people floating around, whereas here it's like, all right, where people are walking and living, it implies that they've developed this long ago, and it's been fully fun. Look at it. People are just having fun on the moon. Look at this. Look at this moon base. They ain't doing shit up there. They're just hanging out, having a good time. It's like, yeah, let's go to the moon, bro.
This fucking music. It's like if you're ever just having a bad day, listen to the soundtrack and you're just gonna be upbeat and happy.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Let's go to the moon. Yay.
Oh my god.
You know, I'm like really curious to see how this turns into a kaiju movie.
I know.
It's so random and weird, but when it happens, it becomes like one of the most
Oh.
aggressive kaiju you will ever see on screen.
All right. Well, this is an interesting scene.
Oh, it gets better.
I don't.
I called it a sexy moon base for a reason.
We are watching two dudes in a bath right now.
That's not why I called it a sexy moon base.
And it's not big enough for two dudes to share. It's not exactly a hot tub.
You get really close in space, all right?
Hey, they're close. They're close.
Yeah, I understand.
What a maroon. Here we go.
Now, this is a scene I can get behind.
Welcome to space, kids. It's great.
Oh, she dropped the soap. Oh, she kicked it. Oh.
She slips and falls, cracks her head up, and oh no.
Interesting.
How come they have a divider between them?
I know, that is so not cool.
Yeah, why don't they bathe together?
Why don't they share a small tub? I take serious issue with this movie.
Yeah. Why aren't they having a conversation about how it's really important to conserve water on the moon and then join into one shower?
I can hear the wet, squishy sounds of people's eyeballs rolling. Hey, listen to this. Look at this. Look at this. They're just wearing like spacesuits, and the girls get all dolled up in like cocktail outfits.
Yeah. We're going to the bar.
Look at this. It's like they're drinking like look at this.
I like how
This is the moon base, everyone.
Dinner lounge.
A bottle of Cavassier or some shit like that. Yep, the moon. Dr. Stein. God damn it!
oh, who's being replaced?
Is that the brother? Is that Johnny?
That's oh man, Human Torch is being replaced.
Yeah, didn't Human Torch die in the comics? Isn't this kind of
Get
a good thing?
replaced by Spider-Man?
Well, I'm sure he's back by now. That was a while ago.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I forget. No one stays dead in the comic books.
Yeah. Interesting.
Again, I keep saying it, but ladies and gentlemen, I give you the moon.
But that is exactly the kind of cheesy move that Mr. Fantastic would make.
I know. So just think, we could have this. We didn't have all this rigmarole in Washington right now. That's right, kids. I said rigmarole. I see this on like, give the space program all your money. Just give it. All of it. Let's all go to the moon, drink liquor, have sex, and just...
Share bathtubs?
Yeah.
That's the future I want my children to grow up in.
I honestly, the only thing I want the government to do is to increase my opportunities for sex.
Sounds reasonable.
Yep.
Hence, moonbase.
What are you going to do for me?
We got this great idea for a moonbase, bruh.
Yeah.
Oh, intense.
Is she just like lonely? She's like, don't leave me with these unattractive men.
She misses her girl pal. She should have gone with them.
Dun, 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 dun.
Maybe she's gonna sneak on board.
They had that moment together in the showers. I like the ship. It looks pretty cool.
I know. It kind of has like that classic, like kind of 60s feel where it's like everything just was meant to look just really cool.
I mean, it kind of looks like a yacht.
Space yacht.
It really does.
I keep forgetting this is gonna be a kaiju movie.
I do too. I
Wait till you see him.
I feel like this is just like a straight up MST3K episode.
I'm kind of surprised I haven't. And there's actually a sequel to this from like 2008.
Is there really?
Yep.
I'm thinking it's probably like a live action Fantastic Four Space Ghost crossover.
Yeah, that's what we need. Space Ghost right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's flying the space omelet. No, it is probably one of the. I know it's like it always the kaiju in this thing. Actually, it always gets on the list of like weirdest kaiju of all time because when you see it looks so odd. but it's like super aggressive. It's one of the meanest and like most violent kaiju ever. Like it's just so strange. Like when I first watched it the first time, I had seen pictures of it, so I knew this was going to be kind of a special one. But I really didn't know beyond that what to really expect. I always heard this was like a weird movie, and then when I saw it, it's so mean and aggressive. But when it becomes a kaiju movie, it like becomes a kaiju movie like through and through. Like I said, this movie does everything to the extreme. Ooh.
What did she just throw?
I don't know.
He handed her something. She just fucking chucked it.
She did not want that.
Ooh, I don't know if those are asteroids. Are they?
Feels like Space Invaders right here. That old arcade game.
And start shooting them.
Pew 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 pew.
Oh.
Ooh.
I don't think it would work that way. Okay, there you go.
They got their helmets on really fast.
I want to see someone get pulled through like that thing at the end of Alien Resurrection.
Gross.
Gross.
Yeah. That would hurt. Close the oxygen valve. He can't do it.
Oh.
His ass is gonna get blasted out.
No, I know what you're thinking. They're not still in the tub.
Whoa!
It's gonna be one hell of a hickey.
What if he's got a prolapsed anus now? It's just...
Oh.
It's just through the suit. It's all hanging out.
That's rough, man.
Prolapse anuses were another thing we talked about before we started recording.
Maybe we should.
We were trying to get it all out of our system, folks.
Just for a bit of context. We're not one of those people that just talk about prolapse anuses.
Just randomly.
Except we did just talk about prolapse anuses.
Hey, to be fair, it was his ass, okay?
Yeah.
Listen.
It should have all been hanging out.
I'm just trying to figure out how they came up earlier. It was like, well, it just kind of come out of nowhere.
It happens.
I like how like super chill these guys are
I
about
know.
everything.
They aren't even worried.
They're just like, yeah.
Like, well, we lost all the others, so it's a miracle they made it this far, to be honest.
They're on their way to Mars, and there's some sort of power or energy blocking them. Mission Control does not care.
They're like, yeah, we don't care at what you do. Just get there, guys.
Yeah.
Just hurry up, fly through it so you can get superpowers.
Well, no one's expecting them to succeed because no one has before. It says, oh well, another 4 people that have died.
I love how in this glorious future of the NASA or SpaceX or whatever this is has like an unlimited budget. Apparently, they can just keep sending more ships up there to be fodder for the space omelet. My God.
Space Omelet is back, and they're trying to get away. But they have no moon base to flee to.
Which one is he? Is he the Human Torch? No, that's not.
He's Mr. Fantastic. Human Torch had to stay behind.
Oh, okay, that's right.
He's physically unfit.
Which is kind of ironic. Now we have Ben Grimm.
Mm-hmm.
Susan Storm. Sad thing is she could actually be Susan Storm.
Yeah.
And then this guy now.
She looks more like Susan Storm, I think, than like the past 2 Susan Storms.
Yeah. I would agree. Her haircut's like dead on.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like... Look, yeah. That's Susan Storm.
She's so dead on, Susan Storm, that it actually makes me think that they may have taken inspiration from...
Well, as soon as you said Fantastic Four, it just kind of hit me. I'm like, it's got to be a little bit more than just a coincidence.
Oh my God, you made me bleed.
Oh God, who busted a ketchup packet on him? Look.
Stein's Doom.
Oh my God. Well, shit.
Damn. Well, folks, insight like no other here on the Kaiju Commentary. You're welcome.
I'm sure everyone was already aware of this.
Listen, okay? Just because I'm a little late to the party. I mean, obviously, I know. It's interesting to me. Like, I'm wondering why they chose to dub the white actors and not just subtitle them. Because, I mean, I guess it's one of those things too. It's like, well, people at the time in America are like, oh, why, we don't want to read subtitles. So it's like, well, I guess why would it be any different in Japan? But I know in Godzilla Final Wars, one of the actors, I forget his name, but he was like he's done UFC and Pride fighting, but he's an American guy. And he just spoke English throughout the entire movie, and they would just respond to him in Japanese, kind of implying that in the future everyone is bilingual and just understands different languages, so they'll just speak in their native tongue.
I think it was probably just a choice they made, like where they're speaking Japanese, so she should be speaking Japanese.
Yeah,
sort of thing. But
they write the script in English for the actors, and then they just, like I said, dub them over.
Yeah.
Again, Toho's done that with because again they've had Western actors several times in their movies now, where they just again.
Yeah, I think they probably could have done it either way, and they just decided to go this way.
Again, I think if it was done today, that's probably how they would just do it, where it's like, okay, we'll just dub whoever and vice versa. Because again, like I said, Toho did it in Final Wars. Granted, it was really only the one actor there that was doing it, but he was there throughout the entire movie. He was one of the main characters. But
so what's going on here? Something on their thruster.
I'm trying to think. Is it supposed to be iced up or no? Those are the
little asteroids
that
are hitting them, right?
Yeah.
That aren't really asteroids. They gotta be eggs of some sort.
Could be spores. Remember spores?
Could be spores. Spores are always a good one.
We've already discussed how spores sometimes can be many a reason for many a thing. In general,
it's probably some non-terrestrial being. Whatever you do, don't inhale the spores.
Do not inhale the spores. Especially if you see.
Are they attached to a cable, or are they just
I think they've got a little like jetpack kind of thing, like little. That's what you're hearing. It's like.
I would want a cable.
Yeah, just as a just in case kind of thing.
Yeah, whenever you think if you ever just sit there and think about the concept of spacewalks just from the International
It's probably the most frightening thing ever.
It scares the crap out of me to just think about it.
Because it's so vast and it's infinite. Just being out there. It almost kind of be like reverse claustrophobia, where it's so open that you just freak out because there's just no end.
I'd probably shit myself. I think if there's something that would make me just shit on the spot out of fear, that'd be it.
Well, so one time I remember I was snorkeling and I kind of peered down in the water and it was so open and deep and it freaked me out because again, in that moment I was so tiny in the midst of something so vast that even though I could see everything, it was almost worse because I saw just how.
Could you see the bottom?
Yeah, but it was so far down and so wide open that it was almost worse that I could see it.
Where the fear would come to me is when there's so much you can't see it all, and so it's that unknown aspect.
Yeah. Because I wasn't too far from the shore, so I knew theoretically. But if you go diving in the open ocean, it's the same kind of thing where that the ground is 4 miles beneath you,
right?
And that's at least there's a ground. Where in space, it's there's nothing.
I've done that where I was on a
really in space. You do that
in space, yeah. No, going back to in the water on a little boat. Now it probably wasn't 4 miles, but deep enough where you can't see the bottom. The bottom's nowhere to be found, really.
Yeah.
And it was, I jumped off and swam for a bit, and it was very much that uneasy feeling of just feeling like I didn't know where I was.
Yeah.
Almost, and it's
Again, you always see these movies when they have gone, and I'm thinking part of the thing astronaut training would have to be like not just a matter of being able to physically do the job, but kind of being able to keep your nerve. Because I think that's what a lot of people don't realize. It's like it's not about just being able to walk. Oh, we have gravity boots, and it's like, well, yeah, even if you do that, but not have like a panic attack while you're out there. Because when you realize where you are, that in relation to anything, there's nothing around you. Like you can go on top of Mount Everest and you still have your sense of relation to something around you. Whereas if you're walking on the outside hull of a spaceship, you are just like, that's it. It's just you and nothingness. And it's like, I don't know. I like to think that I'd be able to handle it, but it's one of those things where until it happens to you, like you just don't know.
Yeah, it's like the only thing separating you from nothing is a few articles of clothing.
Yeah.
Very high-tech clothing.
Very true, very true.
Okay, who's that? Is that Johnny? Who's pulling up next to them?
She's like, this shit right here. This shit right here. Yeah, just pull the hatchback back. I'll just go out there. It's like, holy crap. Like just to do that, your nerves would have to be like ironclad. Like I'm just gonna pop off and float up through space. Like if one little thing goes wrong, you drift off into like eternity. Like that's it. Like it's like, damn. That's our friend from the moon base.
Oh, nice.
Maybe she's the Human Torch that made it really progressive.
See, she has a red... Oh, it makes sense. Because they're kind of sisters in spirit. Where, Human Torch and Susan... Strong? What's her name?
Sue.
Susan, what is her last name?
Isn't it Storm?
Storm. Oh,
yeah.
Storm.
They're brother and sister.
I know. I totally blanked on their name.
Dude, bro. Like, seriously, bro. How do you not know that, bro?
But they're siblings, So
yeah.
I'm pretty sure she's not really related by blood to either of them. But
so it makes what we want to happen, okay?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Exactly.
So I don't have to
feel... That's what I'm going for.
So I don't have to feel weird about this. Good to know. By the way, to the female member of our commentary panel, how are you doing with this onslaught of like male testosterone just being dumped all over this guy?
It was the 60s.
Yeah, it's the 60s.
You guys.
Yeah. We haven't really been able to help ourselves with just being absorbed by the testosterone coming from the screen. We're like, yes, I like girls as well.
I find the sight of women's genitalia particularly appealing. How about you?
I agree. I would like to see two sets very close to each other.
So soft to the touch.
That wasn't subtitled. What did you say?
Oh, looks like a nice kind of marble or granite countertop.
Are they going to weaponize it? Oh, they already... Okay, cool. More precious stones.
Ooh, hang on. We got...
Oh,
get out.
Oh, the guys there.
Whatever.
I thought they had some privacy going on.
I know.
They were drinking. Hey, everyone. Let's play strip poker.
That wouldn't be out of place for this movie. Lisa kind of makes me think of like...
Did she just get hit in the face by something? Did you hear it pop, and she like recoils.
See, this Lisa kind of looks like the 60s version of Syl from Species.
Okay.
Like, this movie could have gone in that direction. Like, she could have caught some kind of space, thing, and made her like a horny alien creature that needed to, like, procreate.
Wait, hold on. Are they back on Earth now?
Yeah.
Did they get to Mars?
No. They got stopped by the space omelet, but their hull was, like, got, like,
so they had to come
with
back.
those things, yeah. So they brought back, like, one of these as, like, a sample.
Interesting.
It's funny you say that, because our first thing is like, oh, it's like aliens, right? It's like a xenomorph. This is before. Imagine an era that's pre-aliens, pre-Star Wars. It would be almost weird to go back in time now and not have those references as part of the cultural landscape. Just imagine a world that doesn't know what Star Wars is. Like,
That'd be fun.
that's weird, like, right? I mean, some of you guys who might be listening are old enough, you might remember I'm the oldest one here, and I was born in 84, and so and what, Jedi came out in 83. So Star Wars wasn't even around before me. So I never knew a time where there wasn't a Star Wars reference, or even Aliens for that matter. Imagine a time where there's no Alien references, there's no Star Wars references, no Indiana Jones. Like, that's so weird to me.
It's probably my greatest fear. We were talking about imagining a world before Star Wars. Didn't know what it was. It'd been insane if, so this movie takes place in the future after Star Wars.
Yep.
If they made references to Star Wars in the movie.
That'd be weird.
It would.
They could, pull a Lucas and go back and, shoot new scenes for this movie.
And Lucas will come out and say, "This was my original vision for this movie."
This movie had nothing to do with it. He would.
It was 3 times as many tiny asteroids flying at the ship.
Yep. They still have random Imperial walkers in the background for no reason. Just walking through space. What the hell? And this cut of the movie would never be allowed to be seen.
You're right.
Can we just get it as a DVD extra or something? Nope.
No. I hate my ex-wife.
So I guess this would now be a really vintage Volkswagen Bug.
Right. I was going to say, unfortunately, in the future, we're still driving the same cars we drove in the 60s.
Hey, what's old is new again at some point, right? Isn't that how it works?
It
seems to be like the...
It's definitely the direction we're going, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it's like the 80s are cool again.
We'll drive old cars. They'll just have Bluetooth now.
I know, right?
What's up?
Blackout rave.
Man, it's every second they're on a spaceship, they're partying.
I know. That's kind of how it works. Uh-oh.
You just think of all the kids that watch this movie are like, damn, I want to be an astronaut.
I know, right? And they found out there's no sex in space. Uh-oh.
I bet somebody's had sex in space.
God, I hope so.
For science, at least.
They had.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I wonder how many times that line has been used in space. Just about every time, right? Every trip.
And here we have our first look at X.
Is he a party animal? Is that his thing?
Oh, gosh.
That is a great intro. It's like a wrestler's intro right here.
Yeah, it really is. Where's the other guy gonna come? What's he gonna look like?
Like the Undertaker's gonna come out on the other side. Look at him.
Whoa.
Okay, this is interesting.
Let's just take our time leaving.
We're just gonna... I like how it sounds like an angry cat. If you listen to this, where it's like... "Roar."
And we're just gonna cut away like that?
Yeah, anyway.
Okay.
You know what's crazy is, had they gotten Fantastic Four-like powers, and then that happened, and then it would have totally worked.
Yeah.
This would have totally worked as a Fantastic
This
Four
movie could have just been that much
Wait,
more
so
epic.
they waited and then they went to... What?
They probably wanted him to clear out, I would say. So yeah, they're saying the larger prince now. So implying that it started off very small and then grew.
So they just walked that entire way up the mountain? They didn't, take a helicopter or anything?
Kind of a clever way to get a kaiju to Earth, though. If you think about it, just make it really small, then have it get large.
Dude,
On our
that
planet.
thing got large so fast, though.
Yeah.
It's like one of those little, squishy things. Like, you put it in water and it
Yeah,
goes.
it becomes hydrated.
Yeah. Maybe it's oxygen. Makes it giant.
Could be.
Oh, there he is.
He's got very interesting arms.
I know, his whole design is just so wild.
He's kind of like a starfish.
Oh.
Well, that was interesting. We saw what appeared to be a foot.
Crush.
crush several people.
The what?
It's what it's being called,
Gialala.
Guila or
Gilala.
Guiala. And I like how he even said the same thing too, like, oh yeah, by the way, that's what we're calling it.
Gilala.
Because the guy just threw that name out there, like, yeah, Guila, yeah, you know him, right?
Oh, it's the Gilala. How do I say it? I like the antenna.
I know, he looks so, like
He's got,
stereotypically alien.
Remember that cartoon, The Snorks, which was like the
Yep.
knockoff Smurfs? He's
Yep.
got like a snork thing on his head.
I always like Snorks more.
So the tanks are all down here, and then the fire's all coming from like up above it.
Maybe they, kind of are fired at a curve somehow.
Yeah, but they're coming. Whatever.
Boom.
It's magic. I don't know.
Ooh, he's just taking people out.
Man.
See, now it's like a full-on kaiju movie. Like,
Yeah.
unapologetic. It's just like, boom. Now it's not holding back at all. And
I'm enjoying this movie.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's one of those things that when I always heard about it, and I wanted to watch it for completion's sake, because I've always, I want to see all the kaiju movies out there. But I didn't realistically expect to like them all.
The miniatures are pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Surprisingly.
Well, the space stuff, like in the beginning, even though it seems kind of unrelated and whatever. It was enjoyable.
Well,
seeing this stuff happen.
Well, I know that's the thing. The movie and the characters are kind of cool. Like, you kind of like them.
Yeah.
And this design is just so weird that it's almost like you kind of love it because it's just so like when they say it's like an alien kaiju, it's like you look at him, you would just kind of like, yeah, I'll buy that.
Yeah, it's definitely not of Earth.
Here's the thing, though. Why do they call him the X then? Why don't they just call him like Gialala or however you say his name?
It's I think it's kind of X is kind of meant to imply
the
like
unknown or whatever.
yeah, it's like because ooh.
Ow.
Those plane shots were pretty cool.
Well, that's what I'm saying. A lot of the miniature effects here are pretty damn good. I mean, some of these non-Toho based kaiju films, in terms of like production budget wise, they weren't all great.
Yeah.
But some of them you're like, okay, wow, they really went for it here. This movie definitely has some money thrown behind it. You know what I mean?
He's so angry.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I like how aggressive he is. He is really like,
Hey, look at that thing.
Oh. I think the flame bounced off at first. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Gilala.
Gilala.
Yeah, I thought that's how it was.
Gilala.
Spore. See, bro, spores.
Space Monster Gilala wrecking house.
Space Monster Gilala owning bitches.
Yeah.
Motherfucking spores.
People are saying he's the best heel we've had since The Rock.
Oh. Well, see, I like when they do like the international to show you like, okay, yes, this is an international problem.
Mm-hmm.
Which realistically, a kaiju would very much be.
Right.
Again, it's like his whole purpose is to be pissed off. Like, that's what it does. It gets angry and wrecks everything. Like,
Jesus.
We have laser weapons.
again, I think this isn't a lot of times when kaiju movies really,
Ow!
bam! Like it's
Oh
stuck
my
on his.
God, part of it got stuck on his face. You see that?
I love when little accidents like that happen because it's like, it's almost more realistic when you see like.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's gone. He's like, I'm going for a dip. Oh, maybe not. Fuck this boat. Jeez.
That was a sweet throw.
Had a nice little curve to it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I love it when kaiju films are just unapologetic and like just their destruction like that. You know, that's kind of what makes these movies great, when it's just wanton destruction.
Oh, the plane just flew through his antenna.
Like, it's just mayhem. I love it. Yeah, the plane shots are done really well. Like, and now this thing.
That was a hard cut.
Can you hurry it up a little bit, Susan?
Yeah, come on.
People are dying.
We like your sorority sister, Janice Storm, much better. So the substance from space absorbs energy.
Explain why I was able to kind of grow.
Mm-hmm.
I like
So
how
it basically is those little.
Well, it's kind of interesting if you look at it that way too, because again, they would in space would be a lot more harmless because there'd be you know what I mean, it's almost like by introducing them to like an ecosystem where
Energy is abundant.
well, it kind of makes you think of the xenomorphs a little bit. Where
Well, and it was kind of on.
can't have you
They were
dying,
using the
Lisa.
nuclear
yeah,
fuel, so
So
they
it
got
was
the
drawn to-
absorbed the radiation from the
yeah.
nuclear.
So it's basically like they're almost like parasites. They're drawn to. So
Yeah.
I like the idea of like the literal act of traveling through space puts us in harm's way. We don't just have to go to a
When
planet
did
to
she
find
even
any.
come back from the moon?
Well, remember she got on the ship with them and came back.
Oh,
Yeah,
so,
See,
yeah.
she did that scary ass spacewalk.
Well, who's responsible for the secretarial duties on the moon now?
The moon's in just a complete state of disarray.
Is the job open?
It's like that scene in Event Horizon where they see the ship log video and everyone has ripped out their eyes and murdered each other. Everyone just went batshit crazy. That's kind of how I feel it's going on the moon right now. That's
Yeah.
just how I'd like to see this.
Have they decided to leave Earth and just screw it?
Susan and Thing and the girl that came from the moon initially said they were going back because I guess that's where they have to go for the substance,
Okay.
apparently.
We'll see you guys in a couple months.
I think they just don't want Susan to be killed. They're like, Susan, we can't afford to lose you. You need to go to the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, this film was produced by the Shochiku Company. So I don't know if they did any other kaiju films. I don't think. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. I know the studio that did Gappa was the same thing. And it was their only. I mean, obviously there is a sequel to this film entitled "The Monster X Strikes Back: Attack the G8 Summit," which we will get to later on. I promise.
Good. Does Susan make an appearance?
No. From what I understand, it's a whole different cast. It was made like in 2008, I believe. So I don't think Susan would be as
They could put
Susan-y.
her in,
Man.
cryo sleep.
They could have done that. Yes.
Yeah.
That is a thing they could have done.
Yeah. Why didn't they?
Yeah. Why didn't they?
Did they not care about the fans?
Clearly not.
Always losing energy. Sweet. Good news.
But it's kind of like the xenomorphs in the sense that you put them on a planet and they get host, they'll like spread and kill everything. Where I kind of like how it's this way too. You put like one of these spores on a planet and they'll turn into a giant monster.
Gotta have this classic power line sequence.
Yeah.
Get it?
I need the electricity.
I wonder how hard it was to move around in this suit.
I don't know. It's pretty bulky.
It looks like the arms are really restricted in movement, but
Again, I'm assuming it's mostly almost like foam padding. It seems like a lot of it is. Oh, so they're on the moon now.
mm-hmm.
You know what? It's a quick travel time, apparently.
Well, I'd imagine for them, if the moon is that established, it's probably not.
They've named what's the monster's name?
Gilala.
Gilala.
They got gilalinium or whatever that they're mining now.
True.
See?
Yep. We could
Gilalinium.
have figured out an easier name,
I
guys.
was
Like
gonna
really.
say that 5 times fast.
It's really hard to say. I don't think I'm saying it.
Gilalinium.
Gilalinium.
Gilalinium. Gilanium.
Gila.
Oh, America doesn't want to nuke Japan anymore.
Well, that's nice.
That is nice of them. Yeah, it's just, we don't want to nuke you. Cool.
Sweet, bro. Appreciate it.
Bros for life. They should drop a gilalinium bomb on him.
I like how he's just following the power line now.
Well, he's drawn to energy, so it's like he's using it kind of almost
Yeah.
like he's just... But it also gives him kind of a really more realistic motive for why he's just destroying shit, just,
Yeah.
other than the fact that it looks cool and it's a kaiju movie. But it's like, alright, you give him kind of a reason to be drawn to, like, civilization and just kind of wreck it, because essentially it's like a buffet to him. Yeah, I gotta imagine that going from the moon to Earth is probably pretty easy to do.
Yeah, that's why we do it all the time.
I know. I know he's saying as an AAFC, but it just sounds like I'm saying he's like saying KFC. That makes me want KFC. By the way, this commentary is not sponsored in any way by KFC.
But it could be.
Hashtag I ate the bones.
That damn flying saucer. Dag nabbit.
Maybe it'll help us. Maybe we misunderstood the saucer.
Maybe it really was an oatmeal cookie and not an omelet all along.
Yeah. I see it now.
Yes. It all makes so much sense. Seriously, these two dudes are like beyond shit.
Yeah, they really are.
They're just like...
Every time something has gone wrong and it's cut to them, they're like, yeah, so these things are happening and they're bad. It'd be nice for them to stop.
This definitely has one of the
She
more...
is always dropping things.
I know.
Gilal, they had to.
She's trying to read it. She's like, well, how do you say it?
Oh, interesting.
Good thing I dropped this. It was totally on purpose.
A lot of great discoveries are made by mistake.
Yes, this is true. Sometimes setbacks are giant leaps forwards.
Yep, like a potato chip.
What?
In that case, potato chips were made by mistake.
Didn't know that.
It could be one of those myths, but I'm pretty sure they were. Your meal would have potato chips.
Look, that person's job is to push his ass around on that thing. That is a shit job right
I
there.
don't know. I'd take that job.
I feel bad for that guy.
Depends how much he's getting paid.
I wanted the guy up top to crack a whip every time he's ready to move.
Right. He has a pointer that he's using and just smacks him in the head. More power lines. He's like, man, these things just keep going.
I love the music as I was saying. It's just manic music.
Yeah. Good news is, it doesn't seem to be a lot of people where he's at.
True.
So, I mean, sure, they've got a lot of infrastructure to replace, but
I just like how
Casualties
what
or
it
whatever.
needs gives it like a clear trajectory. So it's like
are those oil pipes that were bursted?
I believe so.
So okay, this could turn into a big problem. I like the spaceship. Given the time, it did a pretty good job with the interior.
I know. Again, this movie definitely looks like it's got a pretty effective budget. Like, it doesn't look
for the time it was made, it looks good. You know what I mean? Because again, not all kaiju films are made equal, and we've often said, like, if you look at the Dai films compared to Toho films, like the Gamera films, as fun as they are, they clearly do not have the same budget as what Toho was putting into their movies. So they definitely had a cheaper quality to it. But you look at this, and this looks better in terms of just, sets and whatnot than a lot of the Gamera films. Not knocking Gamera, but again, this movie definitely looks like it had some financial weight behind it.
Right. This would be a great time for them to get their superpowers.
Yeah, I'm still waiting.
The final battle.
How great would that be if that's what happened?
It'd be amazing.
I guess for you guys, as far as you know, it could still happen.
Yeah. We see that solar flare to hit their ship and ignite that gallium. That would make perfect sense. Because it absorbs energy.
Yep.
It explodes, goes all over them, and then the energy from the solar flare is absorbed into their bodies, and then it imbues them with power.
Yep. I'm with you.
So,
I wonder whose job it was to make the little cutout of Gila. Like, quick, we need a little plastic cutout of a
it's gonna
of a whole department that's just designed to do
Thank
that for
goodness it
kaijus.
was take your child to work day. Mine loves to do crafts.
It just cuts back to the man. Again, and I love how the action is just so like insanely over the top. Look how violent and destructive it is.
Yep, don't want to forget that piece. And he actually picks things up and throws them into other.
I know everything he does feels very intentional. Oh,
ooh, is he leveling up?
He's evolving. Did he just become a sun?
Yeah, I too am curious. A red sun at that, so now Superman can't save them. Oh, that's a cool power.
yeah, just turns like a ball of energy and just like.
Anything you
Ping
pass
pong
by
your
is
way through.
I mean, look how much destruction he's causing. Like this is a pretty a pretty substantially destructive kaiju.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this would be one of those ones where if even people ask, if there had to be a kaiju attack, like there had to be, which one do you would want? And the irony is, a lot of the ones I really like would be the ones I don't want, because they'd be the ones that would be the worst to have. And, like, this would be a horrible kaiju to have in real life happen, because he's so violent, so destructive, and even his mode of transport is destructive.
Destroys things,
Yeah. It's not enough that he can basically fly, but he turns into, a ball of pure destructive energy as he does it.
Yeah, an energy bouncy ball.
Yeah, that just annihilates everything it touches. That's my point. Like, everything about him is just pure destruction. There's nothing about him that is just benign, basically.
And he can swim.
This music.
And I guess there was a Criterion DVD release of this film in the West. I'm kind of hoping they maybe do that with Blu-ray. That'd be nice.
One day, maybe.
One day.
Oh, they're coming right for them. They're still calm as ever.
Well, he is pacing now, so clearly, look at this guy.
Oh yeah, and he has touched his temple, so
That's how you know. That's how you know
very concerned.
that this shit is no laughing matter.
Oh, the red phone. That's the most important one.
That's the bat phone.
I hate it when that happens.
I'm really hoping for my superpower resolution to the problem.
Well, I've seen how things get resolved in the sequel, and let me tell you.
It kind of looks like a pie.
By the way, he looks exactly the same in the sequel. If any of you guys were wondering if they modernized design, nope. It is a complete throwback to...
Were they playing chicken with a UFO?
I know, that is badass, right?
Oh,
It almost looks like maybe a giant pierogi. maybe some kind of ravioli.
Calzone.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely some kind of
Guys, you're making me
bread-based
hungry.
texturing to the outside of it.
Yeah. Could be a chicken pot
It
pie.
looks like a pancake right there.
Like a potato pancake, though.
Yeah. It's cornbread. Where is
Keep going for Mount
everyone?
Fuji.
See, it is kind of like a yacht. They call it the Astro Boat.
Yeah. Well, I figure again, if they're this developed, off Earth, they must again have ways of.
Commercially sold spaceships.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it'd be a great way to like relocate people too. Like, all right. I mean, if there is. But it also is implying there's just kind of like this international kind of organization that's kind of in charge of it. So it's one of those things. Is it like an international government, or is it like a third party organization that kind of like is independent, where everyone kind of has a fair shake? So when you go to the moon, it's not America, it's not Japan, it's not Russia, it's not whatever. It's this third party thing where it has its own laws, its own kind of. This is the kind of stuff I think about when I see stuff like a moon base. I'm like, okay, is it the same laws up there? If it's a private entity that made the moon base, are they able to kind of create their own charter?
I don't believe that it is. Aren't there international laws in place to prevent nations from claiming land off Earth? That it's land off Earth is
but how do
land?
how do you enforce it though?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the thing. It's almost like, well, murder's legal in space. Well, I bought this small planetoid and I made everything here, and I say it's totally cool. So,
well, there's that scene in The Martian where did you see The Martian or read The Martian?
I have not, but I've heard a lot, so I probably know what you're talking about.
Well, he kind of explains why he's technically a space pirate.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I forget what the law is, but he's like traveling from his base, the base he's on, to like another point on Mars, and he's like, while he's in that area, he's acting like as essentially a space pirate. So he's like talking about how cool he is. It's pretty funny scene.
Again, it's one of those things where, for this level of like organization and cooperation, like clearly there has to have been some kind of like mutually agreed upon code of conduct, I guess you would say.
And back to what's kind of going on right now, wouldn't you hate to be the landing crew? They evacuated everyone aside from the landing crew.
Yeah, well, you would be the last to go.
You just hear that on the announcements, and you're just like, crap.
Yep, right away you're last.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna die along with the space boat people.
Almost like he's reveling in it.
He's got big fat cheeks. Oh, geez, how is she still alive? Her hair's all messed up, though.
That's how you know it's serious.
You should go take a shower.
Quick, bring Susan with you.
As soon as Susan gets back, hit the showers.
In case you like slip and fall in the shower.
It may be your last chance.
Oh.
Yeah, she needs a shower as well.
But see, I like how they're all coming back and helping them. It's like, I like how this group is really like a tight-knit group. And, like...
Well, they've done the impossible. They've gone to a moon base that has already been established.
I know. I guess I just like how none of these characters are like pricks. Like they're all kind of just cool people, and I think I think really that's the strength of this movie. Ironically, I mean the kaiju stuff is really cool to be sure, but I love how you just love these characters. Like they're cool. Like they're not.
Yeah.
You're not just waiting for the monster scenes. Like you were even you guys are saying you were legitimately enjoying the movie up even till before the monster showed up, because you kind of kept forgetting there was a kaiju movie because it just was entertaining you.
It doesn't. It's just not. It's not like in the other kaiju movies I've seen.
Yeah.
Where everything. Like I think what this movie tried to do, and I think it did so like successfully, is really surprised people with the emergence of the monster.
Yeah.
And
Because when it happened, it was just like boom in your face.
because
It
really,
wasn't-
yeah, the first half or about third of the movie
Yeah.
is just them. We're going to Mars. That's what we're
Jesus
trying
Christ,
to do.
guys, put your backs into it.
We've made a few attempts of getting to Mars. You're going,
It's a
just this
very
thing
different
and there's-
story, yeah.
Yeah.
And her leg snaps in half.
Yeah, that. Oh man.
Looked like she was pushing down on
I
him.
know.
I bet he could lift it.
Ah!
He just does the same thing.
That'd be so funny.
Runs away.
Get this shit out of here. I like how just dickish Gilala is. He's kind of an asshole. Like, I mean, I know all kaiju when they're saying it's kind of an asshole thing, but he
I don't
feels
know
like
if
a
City is
purposeful
the
asshole. Like, he's legit just. He's a cool monster, but he kind of has a piece of shit personality. You know what I mean?
She's telling Mr. Fantastic how she really feels. With just a look, he knew.
Yeah.
She's the one. Or she's the one. I can't tell.
Why are they just sitting there? I know she's hurt, but should you, like, hobble out or something?
This is such a gangster moment, what they're going to do here.
Ooh, is this kind of like Twister, where they just run the truck into the tornado?
It's more like a little more like Jurassic Park, actually, was coming up.
Okay.
If it's that much radiation, should you really be right next to it without any protection?
Listen.
Yes, they figure they're gonna die anyways.
See, he's still thinking about stuff, stroking his chin.
Did I leave the oven on?
It's like me when I'm hungry.
What?
Wait. Yeah, what?
Him being angry and running into stuff and breaking stuff.
Oh, me?
No, me. When I'm hungry, I'm like, maybe that's all he wants. He just wants some food. That's his food right there.
Well, technically it is.
See, that's my point. They're just fucking teasing him, man.
I disagree. I think even when you're hungry, you're still pleasant to be around.
You've never been around me hungry, have you, Chris?
You won't like me when I'm hungry.
It's true.
See, look at this. By the way, this would be some scary shit if this is...
Yeah.
I'm wondering if this is what Roland Emmerich got the idea in Godzilla 98 when Godzilla's chasing around, or excuse me, Zilla, as he's now known as, is chasing around that car. Probably not, because I'm
Remember
pretty
when
sure...
they were supposed to jostle that, and now they're on a dirt road in a truck?
Being chased by a giant monster whose every footfall should be like shaking the earth.
Yeah.
Oh, it's totally being jostled.
Oh my god.
No!
No!
What, do they want him to get it or not?
Well, they're trying to lure him away far enough so give people a chance to get away. So, in theory, as far as they can get.
Okay.
I like how the hand shrunk so
Oh,
much.
so this kind of like, is this like a Dark Knight Rises sort of situation?
Yeah.
Okay.
But here's my thing. Why does it need to be in the back with it?
Yeah, I was
Like, there's no
To hold it
reason.
down if he grabs it early.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh no! Oh, he's alive! There's no way!
That guy just goes and explodes.
Yeah, he drives off a cliff.
I regret nothing.
Why did he jump out? Why did he
I know,
break?
like, you know, maybe
Oh, okay.
the brakes, possibly, or
He
not,
couldn't-
sure.
Yeah, when he pulled the trailer off, the brakes went with it.
There's already so much destroyed building, you're just gonna
Yeah, they
make a
couldn't
new
find.
hole?
They couldn't find another one.
They weren't making the right noise for it. They gotta all be like, ah!
Oh, her leg's fine. She's just an attention whore.
That damn car.
There's so much room back here.
I noticed though, like in the subtitles that we're reading, it just said Gilala, but if you listen to the actual like dialogue, he said Kaiju Gilala. So basically, he would be saying
Wait.
the Kaiju Gilala. Again, the word Kaiju never really became prevalent in terms of like normal Western speakers, aside from my Kaiju fans, to really Pacific Rim. Because again, if you watch these movies and really listen, you hear the word Kaiju said a lot. But it was
Yeah.
never like translated. You never saw the word Kaiju. It was, if anything, it was translated to monster or maybe giant monster. Whereas now I noticed that.
Oh, I never. What a kaiju was, yeah, it didn't mean anything until I saw
Yeah.
Pacific Rim.
And a lot
I
of
didn't
people
know
thought
I
it was
didn't- I
something just
never
for that
heard-
movie.
yeah, I did too. Like when I saw Pacific Rim, that's what I thought. I was like, oh, they're calling these monsters kaiju.
Yeah.
The monsters in this movie are kaiju.
Kaiju.
Godzilla is Godzilla. And
Yep.
then, whatever.
No, I mean that's how it was
Totally.
known in Japan. So it was weird. It was weird for me when I would start hearing that. Like it's so weird hearing like in a Western movie is
So-
referred to as that, and now
Where's
everyone.
Gilala? Did he
Well,
just like sit down and eat and enjoy his meal?
Well, he
He's
got
running
his-
back to the.
How the hell did they find them?
Well, they knew which direction they headed.
Just follow the giant footprints. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
I
It's
guess
not that
like,
hard,
really is
okay?
fine.
they're really easy to find. They probably they used to find my iPhone. Oh wait, what? You get off, Mr. Fantastic. That's Susan's man.
Right on cue.
Where's Johnny Storm? We haven't seen him since he was unfit for travel. He probably took over secretarial duties.
Probably that makes sense. That's a sound logical. Ooh. Again, the sound it makes is just so like.
Ooh, it's oozing things.
Oh,
Is it bleeding or is this?
it's having like the chemical reaction with the element they're using.
Okay.
Again, employing the very commonly used method in a kaiju film where you have to find an unconventional means of destroying them. They're not most kaiju cannot be destroyed by conventional means. You have to get creative, which is what I like about these movies. That's why I always say scientists work so well as leads for these movies because they have to figure out a way to kill them because look at that. Yeah, I always forget suck for that guy. 'Cause they pretty much have him be, we've won, but because he flew a little too close, he's screwed.
Well, he flew directly at him.
I know. It's like after there's been a ceasefire and war, and the war's technically over, but the last few people who hadn't quite heard yet, they get shot just before they get word. It's like, ah, damn.
Yeah, that sucks for them.
Jesus.
That's so funny.
Oh, that's rough, bro.
I feel bad for him.
He just got a shaving cream accident.
And this is when the fan with the feathers is set up.
I was thinking that too.
Just to add insult to injury.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a chicken now.
Because he's got a big beak, I gotcha.
Yeah.
See, by this point, I would just be, alright, we got him, fly away. Just go away. Like, if we need to come back again, we'll come back, but until then, I am not sticking around.
Certainly not flying right at his face.
Yeah.
He's shrinking.
No, that's not a nice thing to say.
Hey, it's cold, okay? I had a lot to drink.
He's like marshmallow.
He's like a marshmallow, you mean?
No, he's just like made of marshmallow.
He's like marshmallow.
Like a giant s'more.
You like marshmallow.
Marshmallow have you will. Let's actually not get close to it,
I
actually.
know.
Let's actually...
Put your face in it.
Lisa, did you not learn your lesson with your leg, even though you're probably just faking it?
She's not... Why are you... what are you
what?
doing? What are you doing? Yes,
I
Lisa,
hope your hands
please step
melt
away.
off.
They're gonna have a foam party with the remains.
Why would you just... why would that even be an option in your mind? Here, let me go ahead and put my hands on this.
Yeah.
Clearly, nothing bad could possibly happen.
Susan. You're insane.
This is like a 50-meter monster like a second ago, and now I'm like, I'm going to go bury
What,
my
did
hands
it
in it.
become an egg, apparently?
Well, it kind of reduced back to like a spore stage.
Its original form.
Yeah. Because it no longer had enough energy to kind of sustain its mass.
Now launch it into the sun.
Pretty sure
Actually,
that's
that'd be
just
a
fucking
horrible idea.
lantern.
Right? It would absorb all that energy? Have we figured out what the UFO was?
They really just kind of gloss over it, weirdly enough.
Huh.
But again, I like how it can't just really be killed. You can like reduce it, you can weaken it to like a inert state, but ultimately,
Like somebody else's problem.
they just throw it up in the air like, hey. But it's true. It's like, I mean, obviously there's a sequel, but it's like, we can't really kill it. We can just reduce it to a point where we can handle it, but ultimately, like, we have to throw it back into space and hope it never comes back because
Yeah. How much do you think it costs for him to just get rid of that thing?
how many tax dollars went into just
Yeah.
essentially going up and making somebody else's
Yeah, and
problem?
then the tax dollars that are going to go into repairing all the damage that's done. Man, it would suck to be just a citizen right now.
I know, right? It's just
If only I had powers
Don't
of
do
invisibility.
it.
don't do it. It's not worth it.
I could create force fields with my mind.
Oh, I don't think that's
Oh,
any business.
yeah. Man, called it. Like a minute into the movie.
This is actually the true story of the movie.
It's all about the-
romance.
Yeah.
Anyway, he just jumps off. What?
Well, I'm just saying that it's like 5 seconds of the film. I picked out the two that were going to end up together.
Or are they?
Are they not?
Because Gilala taught her an important lesson.
Oh, that's stupid.
I actually like women.
I'm into giant aliens.
Duh.
She stole.
Damn, Susan Storm just rolled over.
Yeah.
Could always,
For
have
her
a
sorority
three-way.
sister. I'm sure the three of you could work something out.
I'm sure he hopes you do.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a pretty shot right there, too.
Mm-hmm. Now, to be fair, this woman is very attractive as well.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think I would have picked her myself. There's just something,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
Me too.
That's hot.
You'd pick her over Susan?
Sure.
The fact that you pick any one of them.
Sure.
Yes.
I could
works
just
too.
take both of them.
You seem like...
That's excellent. I
There-
will.
But I would take both, too. I would totally take both. I really like girls.
Again, it's kind of a sweet ending to the movie. This whole
It
movie
is.
is just so charming, and that's what I love about it. It's so kind of just... It's weird as hell, to be sure, but it's
They
just...
jump off together.
I think this is my favorite so far.
It's
I'm
so
not even-
fun.
I'm not
That's the
even
thing.
kidding.
It's a fun movie, and I love it. Like, you... Again,
I had a lot of fun watching this one.
yeah, this is a good one. This is one I feel like outside of the kaiju community it doesn't really get a lot of attention. So I would like more people to kind of check this one out. This is a fun one. Like, yeah.
So even the song is about them.
Yeah, I think if you're looking... Because a lot of the kaiju films follow us a very similar formula.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for something that's different and will surprise you...
This
I
one
think
will.
Kaiju
This will do it.
romance.
I know. Love it.
Yeah, or if you're looking for the Fantastic Four film that could have been...
Could have been better than the last one. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
See ya!